me 3 years ago, would you want to do anything about crop production? I'll be like, I rebuke you. But with what I've actually learned, experienced, the knowledge, I'm blaming myself why I haven't started all this while. So it's more like a career, no more like that suffering where we see agriculture too. You understand?
Yeah.
At this point, I'm actually enjoying venturing into agriculture. It's no more like a passion. I'm now seeing it like a job, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I'm liking it.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that experience. I think I also have the same experience with you because um, every time I tell people that Adibin I knew when I was in school, I would have started my agricultural journey on time. And that's to every student here. Please take agriculture very serious because it's going to take you very, very, very far. You can even start doing something while you're still in school so that it will be easier for you to penetrate into the market, right? The labor market itself. So, with this, I want to welcome you all to the third edition of Beyond the Whole Initiative webinar series. And the theme of today's the topic of today's webinar is agriculture as a business and career opportunity. During the course of this webinar, we'll get to understand how we can actually see agriculture as a business and different career opportunities that every one of us here can actually leverage on. Hope you can hear me. Can we all hear me? Hello? Okay, thank you. Yeah, so during the course of the webinar, we're going to understand agriculture as a business because most persons just see it as the production of crop and rearing of animal, of which agriculture did not just end there. You understand? There are other things after the production and production of crops and rearing of animal. And by the grace of God, we'll be having someone very special who is going to be taking us on this webinar. And I want each and every one of us to get our paper, keep our ears down. If you're a student, you are so privileged to be hearing things that you never knew actually existed because they will never tell you something like that while you're in school. So you are privileged to be in this webinar. And the person that will be taking us on this, her name is Tawakalit. Please, if I am murdering your name, I'm so sorry. Yetunde Kolawale. Yeah, I'm so sorry, ma. Please, when you come on board, just help me and correct me. I'm so so sorry. So, guys, um, she's a founder of Greenscape Farms and Ignite Humanity Hub. Just give me a second, please. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay. All right. Tawakalit Yetunde Kolawale, MBA, is actually a professional agronomist, agricultural entrepreneur, a data analyst, community leader, and a LinkedIn growth advocate who is passionate about advancing sustainable development through agriculture, innovation, and social impact. She is the founder of Greenscape Farms and Ignite Humanity Hub, where she promotes sustainable farming, leadership development, and community empowerment. With her expertise in sustainable agriculture, agribusiness, data analysis, and strategic decision making, she combines technological knowledge with practical leadership to develop solutions that create lasting impact. She is also recognized for her consistent LinkedIn thought leadership, where she shares insights that inspire professionals, build meaningful connections, and encourage personal and career growth. Through mentorship, philanthropy, she empowers individuals to grow, lead with purpose, and contribute meaningfully to the society. With a clapping ovation, with a clapping emoji, please let's welcome our guest speaker. Thank you. Please welcome our guest speaker. Oh, please, 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 please. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So you see, we have an amazing person joining us today to share from her wealth of knowledge, and I want every one of us. Charles, why is your hand up? Any problem? Please, all questions will come after the webinar. Thank you. We'll have all our questions answered after the webinar. So please, ma, you have the floor. Our ears are itching to hear from your wealth of knowledge. Please let us clap, 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 clap. I'm so excited. I don't know about you. My pen and my paper is ready to jot down a whole lot. Ma, please, you have the floor.
Hello, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, ma.
Are we all? Am I audible enough that we can all hear me?
Yes, ma.
Okay. So, especially, I greet the people that have been contributing since we began. Sekina, well done, and I'm glad you are into production. Abdullah from
Thank
Isenyi,
you,
you have
ma'am.
been doing well. Madam Glory from Akwa Ibom, the gallant Puta student. I am happy to meet you here. So I'm glad you will learn more, and I'm happy to have all of us here in this webinar. Like our host, Madam Marvelous described, I am Tawakao Tisunekudawole, and I'm just a normal farmer. I leave all the things that has been saying since morning. I'm just a normal farmer. And we are all just here to come together, and we are here to make agriculture and take it to the next level. And one thing about this webinar for today is the fact that we are not focusing on old code. We are focusing on the youth that want to take agriculture to the next level. We are focusing on the people that want to take agriculture as a career and people that want to take it as a business. Even if you don't want to take it as a career or as a business right now, you can still learn, gain from it, and start from somewhere. So the organization hosting this program is beyond the home. Agriculture is no longer what we used to do before. Where we just have and cutlass, where we just go to the farm, we just farm whatever we want to farm, and we think everything is over. So there's something that even happened this year. Last year, the basin of Gary was 45,000 naira. And this year in my location, the basin of Gary dropped to 12,000 naira. Why? Because of everybody are willing to go into agriculture. And they saw that last year Gary made money, cassava made money. So this year, everybody went to cassava production. Without the proper information, without the proper knowledge, without properly knowing what they want to do. And at the end of the day, everybody ran at loss. The only persons that profited from this is just we, the end users, who choose to buy this. So without diverting too much, let's strictly go into our topic for today. I hope you can all see my screen. Hello, is the screen visible?
Yes, ma.
All
Yes,
right,
ma'am,
thank you
please.
very much. So, the topic for today is
Okay, it's as though we have lost her. I think she's having network glitch.
and career activity. So, how do you take agriculture as a business? How do you take agriculture as a career? If you want to start your business or career in agriculture, where exactly do you want to focus on? Where should you focus on? What are the places that you can focus on that you are not even aware of? And this presentation is to inspire the youth to build career and businesses in agriculture. So the objectives of our presentation right now is the first objective is to understand agriculture beyond farming. We want you to know that agriculture is no longer the farming we used to do. There are a lot of things in agriculture that is not just farming. We also want to explore the career paths. Not everybody would own a farm. Not everybody would be CEO. Not everybody will be CEO. Not everybody would be founders. Some people would just be farm managers. Some people will be farm supervisors. Some people will be planters. Some people would be farm laborers. We want to explore the career paths in agriculture. We also want to discover profitable agribusinesses. I'm sure some of us don't know that mushroom is a profitable agribusiness. There was also something that one agribusiness. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear
Okay, there's
you.
something also in agriculture called seed making. There is this popular dress called seed, a very, very expensive dress. It's also made from worms. It's also part of agriculture. If you want to go into that business, that's also a very, very profitable agribusiness. We are here to learn all this. We are also here to explore and identify skills and funding opportunities that you can go through for you to be able to get funds for your agribusiness. So now you might want to ask yourself this question: why agriculture? Why do we have to do agriculture? Agriculture is something that every single person in this world needs. At least you can tell me that there might be a village where nobody have fruits. You can live in this world without technology very, very well. In fact, you can almost live in this world without architects. Back in the days, there were no architects. Our fathers and mothers were living in mud houses. You can live without engineers. Back in the days, we were using camel to move. But you can never live without food. From the beginning of the world, there was food. To the ending of the world, there will still be food. So agriculture is something that human beings need in every single day of their life. Why agriculture again? Agriculture creates jobs. The sector that creates the largest number of jobs in this world is the agricultural sector and the health sector. In this community where I stay, we have three markets. So the market is 4 days interval. There are some people that the only thing that they do is take farmers' goods from their farm to the market. They are just taxi drivers, but they are making their money from agriculture, driving farmers. Some people will be the CEO and make their money as profit. Some people will be middlemen, connecting the buyers to the sellers. So agriculture creates jobs, like a lot of jobs, directly or indirectly. Agriculture also supports other industries. Health industry is supported by agriculture. Most of the drugs we are consuming, most of the drugs we are using, most of our medications are gotten from plants and animals. It also drives the economic growth and innovation. You hear about importing and exporting this and that. We export raw cocoa, we are exporting, we are importing. GDP is boosting, agriculture contributes to all of this. So as Marvel was saying initially, she was talking about which value chain are you in agriculture. Agriculture has different value chain. It is you that will know the one you want to go into. Some people, the only thing that they do is supply inputs. Do you want to supply the soil? Some people sell soil. Some people sell seeds. Or some people just need to do supply input. Some people sell chemical. You supply the inputs that these farmers need for their work. Farmers use their inputs. Some people are into production. After they get their inputs, they plant the input grows, they harvest. And some people, the only thing that they are doing is processing. Like I said before I started my program presentation, Gary became that is also people will do. Some people will just buy potatoes, process it to potato chips. That is all some people will do. And they will make their money very much in that value chain. I know some people are just doing the storage. Although storage is not so common, but storage is also a value chain in agriculture. And some people are just marketers and they make their millions as marketers under agriculture. Some people are exporters, and that comes to the last set of people in the value chain with the consumers. Career opportunities. Now, if you're looking at where to start in agriculture and you don't have money yet, these are career opportunities for you. The first career opportunity here is an agronomist. Who is an agronomist? Who are agronomists? People involved with crop production, soil science, crop protection. These are agronomists. You can choose to want to build your career as somebody who farms, who plants crops, who tills the soil, who protects the crop. You are an agronomist, you can explore that career. Animal scientist. Some people, we have these popular people that are deceiving themselves. They call themselves veterinary doctors. They are just like glorified animal scientists. So that they'll feel good, they have to put themselves under health sector. Whereas originally they are under agricultural sector. We also have agribusiness manager. Agribusiness manager. Now there is one very funny thing people do about this. Assuming you are having a farm, you should not be the person managing your farm yourself because you are not a business manager. You are just a farmer. If you don't have this business management skill and you have the money to create a farm, don't create your farm and manage your farm yourself. Employ an agribusiness manager because managing a business and managing a farm are two different things. So agribusiness manager is another career opportunity under agriculture. We also have the food scientists. Please, food scientists are not caterers. Food scientists do not cook food. Food scientists test food, know the content of food, describe foods for you. We also have nutritionists and dietitians. So we also have agricultural researchers, people that goes into research, researching on how to make things better for us in agriculture. And just like Sekina said, it's like what's Sekina? That says he's an extension officer. Extension officers are one of the things people we need the most in agriculture because these are the people that goes into the grassroots, meets the farmers where they are. The farm, the rural area that you and I cannot go to. The people who cannot go and meet. The people that cannot come on this webinar because they are in rural areas. These are the reasons we need extension officers. Extension officers goes into the grassroots system and meets them one on one to explain agriculture to them. And over the end of the last 5-6 years, there's a growing trend of data analysts. If you are a data analyst, you're also welcome in agriculture. You just have to like go a little extra to study agricultural data. Agricultural data used to be constant years ago, but recently there have been a lot of changes in agricultural data due to the fact that weather is changing. The rainfall is no longer predictable. A lot of things are happening. Ozone depletion is happening. So data analytics is also a career opportunity in agricultural sector. So that the business opportunities in agricultural sector, the one that most of us know is crop production. We go to the market to buy pepper, crop production. We produce the crop. We go to the market to buy rice. Somebody has produced the rice. We go to the market, we buy beans. Somebody has produced the beans. That is crop production. We go to the market again, we buy chicken. We go to the market again, we buy egg, we buy turkey. All those ones are under poultry. We also have fish farming. It's a very, very common and lucrative one as well. You go to the market, you buy panla, you buy shower, you buy protein. Some people take this as their business. And all this lack of crop production, it does not have to be much. Take crops like vegetable, for example. You can plant vegetable in your buckets in your house. Just take your used buckets, plant your vegetable inside, just in your veranda. Plant it properly, give it enough spacing, water it well. I can tell you that you have things to sell. You will have more than you can eat, and you have as much as at least, even if it's not much, because it's a small scale area, you would have something to dash out or sell out. Poultry, there are different dimensions to going in poultry. You can focus on broilers, rear them for 2 months, go and sell them. Some people focus on layers. They get eggs that we all eat. After the layers are worn out, they sell them as old layers. Some people focus on turkeys. Some people focus on duck. There's this bird that we used to put in poultry before, but it's no longer common. Quail bird. Some people focus on quail bird. So these are the things you can do in poultry. Fish farming.
Is it?
Recently, I'm seeing that fish farming is going towards catfish. People are now ignoring other fishes. For fish farming, you can go beyond catfish. You can farm any fish from the comfort of your house. All you just need is buckets and water if you are going on a small scale. Because you can just go to the market, buy like 3 small fishes or 5 or 10, put it inside one bucket, changing the water every single day. Even if you don't end up selling these things to the market, you end up saving money and eating it yourself. That way, you'll be sure that you are eating something original and something organic. Another
Yes.
business opportunity in agriculture is the greenhouse. I remember when I first learned of greenhouse about 13 or 14 years ago. We went to visit the place and they told us that that was a greenhouse. And all I was seeing is just white. I was like, what is green about this white space? A greenhouse is just a controlled environment for your farm. All some people do in agriculture is just to build this greenhouse for you. Unlike the normal farming where you plant on the normal floor, anywhere and anything can rain can fall on it anyhow. In greenhouse, you cover or you shade your plant using something transparent for sunlight to penetrate inside. Some people will just the only thing that some people do is just to build this greenhouse. And some people farm inside this greenhouse. If you go to the market or if you go online now, you see a lot of trends about greenhouse farming. It is controlled, it is profitable, but even if it's not well managed as well, you can know that first. You see, the seeds and seedling is also one very, very important business opportunity. There are two companies. Let me tell you about them. Number one company is Sidco. Sidco is in Nigeria, and the only thing
I wish
Sidco
NEPA will
does,
bring light to. Hey.
and they are earning billion yearly. The only thing Sidco, sorry, I'm not sure. Maybe let's say
Yes, it's
billions
going
yearly.
down.
The only thing Sidco does is produce seed.
And I'm recording.
They produce cucumber seed, they produce maize seed. They only produce it, and the only thing that they sell is seeds. Let's even leave Sidco alone. Go to the market. I went to the market around early this year. I wanted to get some vegetable seeds. I wanted to plant vegetable. One spoon of vegetable seed like this was 500 naira. Just one spoon was 500 naira. Just imagine Vegetable seed wey be say if you plant it out November, December, it's going to seed on its own. I would have harvested the seed and kept it, but I forgot to do so. When I went to the market, it was 500 naira for one seed. Imagine just packing those seeds during November, December, and having about 10 or 15 seeds. That's a little bit of money as well. So now imagine producing those seeds on large scale. There's another company in Colombia where we get our oil palm seedlings from. Sprouted nut of oil palm. I don't know if you know oil palm, but one little sprouted nut of oil palm, Pamelit, sells it as high as £5. One single sprouted nut of oil palm, they sell it as high as £5. So you can see the money involved in this system. So don't overlook things like seed production and seedling production. Some people even go as far as selling cashew seedlings, coconut seedlings. This seedling production and selling is a very, very profitable place in agriculture. Just take the seeds, plant them. In fact, sowing seed is not even something technical as growing them. Put coconut in the back of your house on the soil. Before you know it, it's sprouting. Sell it off. Put orange seeds in nursery bags, pre-nursery bags, those small small bags. Before you know it, water it constantly. Before you know it, it's sprouted out. You sell. Coconut, oil palm, put them in just a bag. Watch the temperature, water it well. If you need to like treat the soil, you will make your money. Another very, very lucrative business in agriculture is oil palm. Oil palm is one of the best businesses you can grow in agriculture, and it has a lot of different aspects. Also, people do in oil palm is to buy palm oil in December, January, February, and March. They will now store it till April. Once it's April, they start selling at an higher price. That is a very, very good business opportunity. Another thing in oil palm is to sell the seeds, sell seedlings. Also, people do in oil palm, they look for oil palm farms that they can go and deal with harvesting for them. They harvest as a business contract, make their money, and move. Some other business in oil palm is selling of oil palm kernel shells. If you now produce oil palm finish, you now realize that oh, this oil palm is too cheap this year. I'll run at loss if I should sell it. Convert it into something else. Oil palm is needed in soap making. It is needed in some other important industries. Convert your oil palm. Another important business opportunity is agro processing. Processing agricultural commodities. You buy cassava from the market as fresh cassava, turn it to cassava flakes. You buy oranges from farmers, you turn it to orange juice. You buy meat, you turn it to kilishi. There are different business opportunities under agro processing. In fact, some people make straw hats. I don't know if you know this aboki Fulani hats that we are wearing up here. This is something that some people make and they build houses on. They will just buy it, carry the straw, weave it, and sell it out. And they make a lot of money in there. Some people rear cows. Outside under processing. There are different opportunities under processing. Just carry something like agriculture, process it, and make your cool cash. We also have farm consultants. All you have to do is be in the comfort zone of yours. If anybody needs consultancy in their farm, maybe there is a business or there is a problem with their farm, they'll call you. You go there, you examine the farm, you check what is happening in the farm. You go, you test their soil, you check everything, and they pay you full cash for it. Like something serious money. But before you become a consultant, there are a lot of things you have to go through. You have to be very, very knowledgeable. You need to go through some tests and exams. You need to get a certification of consultancy. And you need to have proven track record. Now, of course, you know what you are doing. You cannot just become a consultant overnight. you need to pay the prices and get there. Now there are some people here that knows that they cannot get their hands dirty, they cannot be into crops, they cannot be into animals. They are called pros or tech divas, like those tech people. They are also very much welcome into agriculture. In fact, we are always happy to have them. We all know our drones. Drones where they used to take videos, that we used to take videos from atop the skies. Drone in agriculture is beyond video taking. Some people use drone to apply chemical on their farm. What you just need is a tech bro to come, fly your drones, fetch water on it, apply the chemicals overhead. Some people use drones to check their soil health, their plant health. Instead of walking through your farm one by one with your leg, imagine having 10,000 hectares of land and you want to check it, you now start using your leg to check everything. That's not possible. Just send your drone. You track it. Another one is GIS, Geospatial Intelligence. Sorry, Geospatial Information System. GIS is also a very, very important part of agriculture. Also, geographists also use it. But imagine having land. You don't know how big your land is, you don't know the location of your land. GIS is needed for you to know where your land is located, how your land is partitioned. GIS is also an important technology in agriculture. We also have AI, the normal AI that we know. We also have IoT. IoT means Internet of Things. Let me I'll comment it as an example. If we buy our sprouted nut from Colombia, there's something that they put inside the box. They put thermometer inside the box. So as the seedling is coming from Colombia to Nigeria, we can see the temperature of the seedling live and direct. This is what technology can do for us. If the temperature should be low. If the temperature is going higher, we just call the flight attendant, or if it's on cargo, we call the people in charge that the temperature of this thing is dropping or is going higher. They put it back in the cold storage. You are sending your finished goods from here, let's say from Lagos State to from Kaduna State to Lagos State. You can use Internet of Things to track the vehicle movement, to track the location of the vehicle, to track the status of your farm goods, to track if your farm goods are spoiling or they are still intact. We also have precision farming or precision agriculture. That's also a very, very good thing about technology. We will tell you that spacing of oil palm is 7 by 7 by 7. Some people will tell you that spacing of maize is 3.3 by 3.3. We don't have ruler to start measuring all these things. All some people do is just come to you, give you the tools to use to plant your crops precisely. Tools used to measure your chemicals precisely. Tools used to measure your fertilizer and apply your fertilizer precisely. Precision farming. Another one is a digital marketplace. Gone are the days when you must go to the front of market to buy your foodstuffs. Gone are the days when your meat used to go to the abattoir to get your meat. Now you just need to go online, get the application, whatever application you want to get it, order for your agricultural stores. But agriculture does not have a lot of digital marketplaces yet. Why? Because most of agricultural goods are perishable. So one of the aspects you can want to consider in agriculture as a tech person is building agricultural digital marketplace. Not just digital marketplace, because we have Jumia, we have Temu, we have AliExpress. All these ones are digital marketplace. But yeah, we need the one of agricultural digital marketplace. If you can tap into this is a very, very good place to tap into as a tech person in agriculture. Now, what are the skills you need for success? There is no how that you can ever do agriculture alone. There is no how you want to do it. You can never do agriculture alone. Let's even say you are living alone, you have a small farm, you are doing it alone. You have to go to the market and buy your inputs So you have to discuss with people. After buying your input, you need to sell to people. Then you need to have some skills for success in agriculture. And one of the most important skills is leadership. Why am I putting leadership first? That's not communication. I'm expecting everybody here to end up having something big to do in agriculture, not just a one plot farm. And once you have something big in agriculture, you cannot do it alone. You need to have teams of people
Hello.
with you. You need to have the manager. Maybe you as the CEO, you need to have the manager. You have the workers. You have your supervisors. You have your tractor operators. You need to be able to lead, and not just lead properly. They say we have leaders and we have boss. You should not be a boss to be a leader. So you need to be able to lead well. Second skill you need to have is communication. It's not just about talking and talking and talking. You can talk from today till next year. But are you communicating? No, you're not communicating. You need to be able to send an information in the way that the person you're talking to would understand you. Imagine sending one of your subordinates to go and get chemical for you and they end up bringing rubbish. Why? Because you have not properly communicated to them. Another one you need to know is financial literacy. This is a very, very important skill for everybody. Even if you are farming for your own self, even if it's just a backyard farming, you need to have financial literacy. Imagine spending 5,000 naira for a vegetable to plant at your backyard. And at the end of the day, the vegetable that comes out of it is just less than 1,000 naira worth. Is it not better for you to just go to the market, get 1,000 naira vegetable, and save 4,000 naira at the end of the day? You need to be able to calculate your inputs. You need to be able to calculate your profit. Are you making profits? You need to be able to keep records. You need to know how money flows. You don't just spend money anyhow in agriculture. These skills are not things you just get by sleeping and waking. You go out there and learn, take courses about financial literacy. Now you need digital skills. Gone are the days again when you can just farm. After farming, people will locate you. Now people will not locate you again. You need to go out there. There are some. Go to digital marketplaces, sell your goods. Go on Facebook, advertise your product. Go on LinkedIn, build connection. You need to be able to use digital. You need to be able to use technology. Another one is problem solving. You need to be able to solve problems. Don't just go into tomato farming because everybody is doing tomato farming. There are a lot of problems in agriculture right now that people have not yet tapped into. Or maybe people have tapped into it, but tapping is not much. In your particular community, look at the problem that they are facing there. Solve the problem for them. Is it transportation problem in your community? Solve it. You need to have knack of solving problem. And also networking. You need to be able to connect to people. I don't know how to talk. You are wrong. I don't know how to explain myself. You are wrong. You don't do that in agriculture. You learn to network. You learn to connect with like minds. What are the challenges you might now face in wanting to come into agriculture as a new person? Or maybe if you want to scale up, what are the challenges you might face? Challenge number one is capital. Agriculture needs money to be sincere. Except if you want to be seller, if you want to be producing, you need money. You need to buy seed. Except you have land, you need to hire land or buy land. So it's capital intensive. But there are some other parts that does not need capital. For example, you want to sell. Just go and discuss with some people that can trust you. Please give me some tomatoes. I'll sell and return the money. Those one does not need money. Another challenge is climate. This week, was it on Monday or Tuesday? I woke up, went outside, and noticed the way clouds look like during Ramadan. That everywhere it's like misty or foggy. That was what I experienced outside in the month of July. I was like, how does this happen? Climate is no longer stable. Nigeria Meteorology Department is not giving us climatic updates. Last year, a lot of farmers lost. A lot, like they were, a lot of farmers, as I know, they ran into loss. because there was no rain. Suddenly the rain stopped. There was dry spell for some time when it was not expected. So climate might be a challenge. Another challenge is market. You might have products that don't know where you want to sell them to. Another challenge you might have is pests. So what are the solutions to some of our problems in agriculture? We have training, just like we are doing this training, attend different trainings, physical trainings, online trainings, take some courses online, innovation, partner. Agriculture is not something you can do alone. Partner with people, connect with people, and also insurance. If your farm is insured, for example, our farm, we had grass cutter incidents in our farm. Everyone, serious one. But at the end of the day, the farm was insured. What happened? We just called our insurance company. They came there, saw what happened, and paid us back our money. We replanted those areas. So you need to put insurance in place in your farm so that even when loss happens, you know it will not be so bad for you. What are the funding opportunities? Like we said, funding will be an issue when you want to come in. There will be capital issue. What are the funding opportunities you might want to have? Government scheme. The government, maybe your state government, your federal government, your local government, they might want to organize some schemes for funding. This is a place to get money or capital. Another one is Bank of Agriculture. They give loans to farmers. We have NERSA, we have youth grants, we have cooperatives. And there are some people looking to invest in agriculture, so you can get your fundings from them. We have the action plan. What should you do? What should you start from? The first thing you should do if you want to go into agriculture is learn. You don't go to agriculture without learning. And when you finish learning, you start small. You don't just start big. Like you don't start from something big except you have a manager that is well experienced. You keep records.
Hmm?
When I say you keep records, you keep
Hmm?
records. Because one of the ways of wasting money in agriculture is not recording the little money. See this little money at the end of the day, it ends up amassing into something very, very big. You build network and you scale gradually. You scale gradually. So in conclusion, agriculture is a profession of innovation, impact and wealth creation. If you want to create innovation, you come to agriculture. If you want to create impact, you come to agriculture. If you want to create wealth, you come to agriculture. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I guess I am done over here. Thank you very much once again.
Please, get. Oh, I don't know how to even express the way I feel right now because I got a whole lot of insight. Please, with a clapping emoji, let's just appreciate our guest speaker. Wow, this is very like insightful. I know we have questions. I know we have questions. I know we have questions. Like, let's just keep clapping. Please keep clapping. Keep clapping because I don't know about you, but then I got another light about career opportunities and business opportunities in agriculture today from our guest speaker, and I am so grateful for the opportunity to learn from her wealth of knowledge. My take home, or will I even say what I was able to uh, get, is the part that she mentioned agribusiness manager under career opportunities. Why this actually got my attention is because oftentimes farm owners focus more on employing farm managers, right? But then they don't actually employ agricultural business managers, in the sense that okay, the farm manager can actually be on the farm. Then when it comes to the business aspect, please let's just calm down. I'm seeing all our hands. We are all going to talk, right? Yeah. So, and when it comes to the business aspect of it now, the farm owner wants to control that, of which they don't even understand what the business of agriculture is all about. And that's why we actually need agribusiness managers. That's very beautiful. Then when it comes to agricultural digital marketplace in the um for the tech guys that she mentioned, right? It is also very, very important that we have such a marketplace now that we are living in a digital age, so that it will be easier for us, to connect both agribusiness owners direct to direct consumers or even middlemen still. And that's why I'm actually an ambassador for a particular brand, Era. Maybe subsequently I will share more about that, because that is what they do. They have a platform where farmers and buyers actually come to sell. Right. It is not an app, it's just like a normal marketplace. Maybe after now I will share more insight on that. Then for the skills that we ought to have as young people, as farmers, as agripreneurs, as young agripreneurs, is what problem solving skills. you know as the interest in agriculture is increasing by the day, almost everybody wants to do what every other person is doing. Meanwhile, you are seeing a particular problem in the agricultural industry, maybe around your vicinity or your locality. You will then leave it because of Obi is planting cucumber in Ogun State. You too, you want to plant cucumber in Ogun State. Meanwhile, in the state where you are, there is a particular crop, there is scarce, of which you can provide solution to it, or there is a particular challenge, maybe when it comes to logistics, market access and all of that. You are seeing the problem, but you don't want to do it because other persons are doing something else and you want to follow them and do. So it is very important that as young people we should have these problem solving skills, so that we'll be able to detect a particular challenge in our area and then think of how we can provide sustainable solution to it. I got a whole lot, but then I'm going to stop here so that I will leave the floor for everybody that have question. And please, not to waste our time, we'll just give you just maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes to just ask your question, and our guest speaker will be open to um, answer them. So the first person here is Sekinat. Sekinat, please unmute and ask your question. Thank you.
All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
First, I want to start by thanking the organizers and the speaker for a wonderful webinar. Oh, yes. Permit me to say this, just a few seconds. Studying agriculture in school, I've always thought that agriculture is not a so wonderful course to study while I was in school. But ever since I started this job, less than 6 months into the job actually, and I'm beginning to know that wow, there is actually more to agriculture, and then it piques my interest. I wanted to know more on agriculture. So now to my question, like I said earlier, I work as an agronomist, I'm an extension agent, soil scientist, and consultancy. I got to know that I've been doing multiple job actually from the guest speaker when she was mentioning different career opportunities, and I'm like, wow, I'm four in one. So currently I'm training a group of female farmers in sustainable modern farming. Okay, so I'm proposing building a greenhouse or greenhouse to make learning more practical for them, because we are going into climate smart farming and all of those things, sustainable agriculture. So I would love to hear from the guest speaker about anything I should look out for or pay attention to, since she's more experienced in the field, and what will be needing to put in place, because we are looking at empowering them for them to be able to stand on their own in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sekinat. Does anybody have questions too? So that we'll just take the questions and um, our guest speaker will just answer them at once. Who else? Okay. I'm seeing a hand up here. Okay. Prince, please unmute and ask your question. Hello, Mr. Prince. Please unmute and ask your question. Your hand is up. It's like he is not here. Who else have question, please?
Okay,
Okay.
okay, I can hear you now. Yes, good evening, everybody. First of all, I want to thank the organizers of this event, this webinar, and the speaker. You've done an amazing job. But I have a few questions to ask, if you don't mind. My name is Prince. I'm not into the agricultural sector. I'm a geologist by profession, but I have interest in going into agriculture as a business, sincerely I do. So I want to ask you, you mentioned with respect to climate. So in terms of risk management, agriculture is often affected, like you said, by climate change, pests, market fluctuations. So my question is, what practical strategies do successful agribusinesses use to manage this risk? Because it's not enough talk about climate and all that. Can you tell us some practical strategies that can be employed for us to manage this? Secondly, madam, it's based on your personal experience. I'm looking back at the beginning of your own journey. What is one decision you made that had the greatest impact on your success? And what would you do differently if you were starting today? And the last question, I just have three questions. Last question. Looking ahead to the next 10 to 20 years, what emerging trends in agriculture should young people begin preparing for today? So these are my questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Thank you so much, Mr. Prince. Does any other person have question? Okay, Savior, please ask your question. Unmute and ask, please. Savior Amos. Savior Amos.
Hello, good evening. Can
Yeah.
you hear me?
Yeah. Good evening.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, the organizer. I appreciate you for the program. I want to ask, I want to know for one interested in an agri business without fund, what are the practical ways to get fund, to get money to start agri business? I'm very, very passionate about farming and agriculture, but I don't know where to start from in terms of capital. I don't have a land and any other things like that. So how can someone that really have a passion start on his own? That is my question. Thank you very much.
Okay. And lastly, Umar Musa. He's going to be the last person because I wouldn't want us to spend so much time here. So please unmute and ask your question. Umar Musa.
Good evening, good evening, everyone.
Good
So,
evening.
can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes, I can. Hello, are you there? Hello. Alright, it seems like he's having a network challenge. Okay, ma, please. You can have the floor to answer their questions. Oh,
Okay,
okay.
my name is Omar Musa, and actually, I want
Umar Musa, please can you type your question in the chat board so that we'll just read it from there? Okay, just ask your question there. Alright, thank you. Guest speaker, ma, are you here with us?
Yes, I'm here with us.
Okay, ma, please, you can have the floor now.
All right. While we wait for Omar's question, let me take it from where it all began. So,
Okay.
Sakina, thank you so much for your amazing question. I must really appreciate you on your efforts to contribute to the society and not just up yourself and make money for yourself, but wanting to like go into the community and impact the lives of people, wanting to create means. One thing I do tell people is agriculture is not just about agriculture. Agriculture is not just about today. Agriculture is about tomorrow and next tomorrow. You don't just have to farm for today. Let's take a case of what happened to our ginger last year, last 2 years. Our farmers were looking for quicker yields of ginger, and suddenly they had to like import ginger from outside to plant. And what happened to our production? Everything went back to ground zero. So agriculture is not basically about making money for today. It's about sustainability. It's about what we can do. Whatever cultural practice we are doing today, can we do it tomorrow? Is it feasible for tomorrow? Is it good enough for tomorrow? So now, as a consultant, as an agronomist, as a four-in-one person, it's not easy. But I can tell you this: I'm very, very proud of you. You have done a lot. So you are trying to like train and build greenhouse, climate smart farming. Question number one is what should I look at for? Question number two is what should I put in place? If you are looking to train people in agriculture, the only thing you should look out for is sorry, there are two things basically that you should look out for. Number one is the location that they are and what is needed in the location. Take a look at the location that you are and what is needed in your location. Maybe you are in Kano State and you see that what they need in this place is just maybe biscuits. Sorry, I think maybe pineapple. Plant pineapple. Even if it's not your location, now look at something that another location that you can actually train them on and can be useful. Imagine somebody wanting to empower people now and buying sewing machine. Let's divert from agriculture a bit. Buying sewing machine for the people. We already have a million and one tailors right now. In fact, in all families, we almost have tailors in all families. So don't empower people with sewing machines again. Look into your community. Do not empower them with what everybody is doing in the community. Look into the future of the community, let's say next year. Look at what might be trending there next year. Empower them based on that one. And second thing you need to look at is their passion. Look at what these people are interested in doing. I have a boy in our farm, his name is Victor. I had to like, I don't want to say I had to sack him, I had to like look for another job for him on my own. Victor is a graduate, but he loves and has passion for this MC job. But because he did not have a job, he had to come to the farm. Honestly, if you see this boy acting as an MC, he would so much love him and fall in love with him. But because there was no job, or MC job comes once a week, I'll be let's say in fact once in 1 month or once in 2 months, he had to come to agriculture as one of my head leaders. But he was not functioning well. He's always depressed on the farm. He studied fishery. It's not as if he not studied agriculture. But that was not what he has passion for. I have to look for something similar to his passion and put him there. Now look at the people you want to train. Do they want to get their hands dirty? If yes, then teach them something that needs to do with soil. Do they want to like turn to consultants? Teach them something that has to do with consultancy. If you are teaching 10 people, it's not much to teach them the same thing. If 5 people are interested in getting their hands dirty, teach those ones about getting their hands dirty. Planting the soil. Some people might want to become an extension agent. Teach those ones about extension agency. So teach them what they have passion for. Or teach them in a way that they will now have passion for the new thing you are teaching them. Because passion is very much needed in agriculture. So what should you put in place? That's a very, very technical question because the first thing to know is what they have passion for. And secondly, I don't believe in giving people everything that they need the way you want to empower them. For example, you want to build greenhouse for them, except you know that they are very, very poor people that cannot afford it. If by chance you want to build greenhouse for them, I would tell you that you should allow them build their greenhouse themselves because this will show their commitment. Business is no longer something that you establish for person free of charge and allow the person run it. I've seen a lot of people that once you establish them, they do anyhow because they did not put their strength. They did not sacrifice their own self for this business we are talking about. So if you want to do greenhouse for them, allow them go to beside the forest, carry wood, allow them dig the base foundation of the greenhouse, teach them how to do it, buy tarpaulin for them, transparent one, allow them install it themselves. The things that they can do themselves, allow them do it themselves. Don't do it for them. That way, anybody that pulls out, you know that this person is not serious. Instead of wasting your money, but you should support them once you see that they are serious, and it can be sustainable for them. So for Prince, the geologist, wow. Okay, what are the practical strategies used to manage risks of climate and pest in agriculture? Pest and disease, climate, all these things are different according to locations. One of the management strategies used is greenhouse to manage pest and disease. In greenhouse, you can control everything. There's nothing like there's too much of flood in greenhouse. If there's too much of flood, it does not affect your crop because your farm is already, your plot is already safeguarded against rain. In greenhouse, if there's pests, you can see it and you crush the pest, either organically using chemical or anything you want to use. So one of the strategies is greenhouse. The second strategy is what we call integrated pest management or integrated risk management. There are different ways of managing risks. So before you start managing risks, you make an inquiry into your risks. You see a pest. One thing I do tell people is pests and diseases are natural. There is no how you will have a farm without pests. If I go to the market and I want to buy beans, if I don't see ants, I be these weevil in my beans. If I see that the beans is very clean without weevil, I don't buy it because I believe it's chemical preserved. If I want to buy vegetable and I see that it does not have any weevil, I be no insect has penetrated in it, I would not buy the vegetable because I would believe that this has been too much. Chemical has been used too much on this. So I'd rather go for something that is obvious. So pests and diseases are normal. The problem is that it has a threshold of some percentage. So first thing you have to do is not when you see caterpillar or a worm in your farm, you start panicking. You check the threshold of this thing. What's the threshold? Is it up to the threshold? Has it affected like up to maybe a certain percentage of your farm? If yes, then you know the type of pest, you know the type of disease, you look at your surrounding area, what can you do? It's not every time you use chemical. Chemical is the last option to use on your farm. Do you do crop rotation? Do you weed it out? Do you do biological manual control? So you look at all these things. If all these things are not working, you bring in chemical. In our farm, we have grasshopper attack. What did we do? We employed hunters in our farm. We employed hunters and we employed their dogs. So they will just go around the farm, chase away the grasshoppers. In fact, sometimes they will kill it and, they bring it, we eat, sometimes we sell. So those are the risk management strategies. You go there, you investigate, then you look at the best possible option for your son. But about the risks of climate, that is not on me and you, that is on the government. The government are the ones expected to do this. But the one you can do for climate on your own end is to not focus your farm on rain-fed agriculture. Have a backup of water. So if you want to go into farming, have your water backup, your source of water backup. So in case there is no rain, in case there is a dry spell, you know that you have a source of water for your crops. Another thing you can do to mitigate against climate change is plant trees all around your farm. In case there's heavy rain, as you are planting real trees, the root is absorbing the water and not letting it wash away all your crops. So you plant maybe water breakers and wind breakers across your farm. So this is another thing to do to mitigate against these risks. So when I was starting my career as an agronomist or in agriculture, what did I do that changed my story or that impacted my success? My first year of farming was in my 200 level during my university days. In fact, when I gained admission into university, in our family, the only thing you can become is a medical student. So everybody in our family studies to become a medical student. So you either become a doctor or a dentist or a medical lab scientist. These are the only three courses. And that's what all my siblings are doing. I have three dentists and two surgeon in our family. So I'm the only farmer in the family. And here I'm doing amazing well. The first year of my family was in 200 level. I farmed tomatoes along with two of my friends. And what happened that year? Two of them absconded in the middle of the farming, leaving only me to do the farming. We all invested the money together, so of course, at the end of the day, I had to share the money with them. But what now happened after the so when I started investing these tomatoes, I could not go to the market to sell it myself. So I had to call somebody from the market. These tomatoes then they were selling these baskets at the market at the rate of 2,500 or so. And this woman came to my farm and bought it at the rate of 250 naira. She said that's how they do it. So even the broken tomatoes, she did not pay for it. Being the first time farmer and these things is already getting ripe, I don't know much about it. I had to sell it. We made a little profit though, it's not as if we ran out of us. But then I learned myself that I would never call a middleman or a middle person to my farm to come and buy my products again. Ever since then, I take my farm products to the final consumers themselves. And instead of maybe selling it at the rate of 250 to this middle person, I rather go to the final consumer, sell it at 1,500 naira. The person will be happy compared to the 2,500 that they will buy it at the market. So I have to take my product out of the farm down to where these people will be needing it. Instead of selling it in bulk, I have to sell it for the final consumers themselves. This will reduce the burden on people. So what would I do now if I want to start agriculture afresh today? I would learn better on whatever I want to do and I will ask questions about whatever I'm doing, because then I just entered because I just wanted to start something. But now I will not just enter agriculture because I want to start something. I will inquire about what I want to start. I will check the sustainability of what I want to start. I will check the scalability and the importance of whatever I want to start. So what should young people look out in the future of agriculture? This week I was reading a story of AI fighting against AI and I was just laughing up and down that. Also this week I was reading about some schools in China that they banned from using phones. Just this week also I was reading about some schools in not even China again, that they have banned their students from using AI between the age of anybody less than 18 is already banned from using AI tools also. And I started smiling. Also this week I read about a company. They already fired the staff and employed AI tools. And now the staff is not fired, the company is not firing AI and employing the staff back. Last week or last 2 weeks I read about the company. Is it Ford Vehicle Production Company? They fired their staff and used AI to do their test running of their vehicles also. They have to fire the AI now and bring back the staffs. So now in agriculture the same trend is going. 3-4 years ago we were talking about GMOs, that we should use GMOs. Now people are talking about not using GMOs again. 10 years ago we were talking about agricultural mechanization, plows, this and that. Now people are saying plows are disturbing the system. Plows is doing this, plow is doing that. Now what I would advise the youth to do now against the future, I don't know the future. Nobody can see the future. But if it's the future that I am predicting right now from where I stand, I will ask us to embrace technology and also go back to the past and learn the way our fathers have been doing their farming. Go back to the grassroots because I can see agriculture going back to where it started from. Not that we are going behind, not that we are going to the past, not that we will lose, but agriculture is now going back to the natural thing it used to be. People are now boycotting chemicals. People are boycotting GMOs. So now you need to learn to live without chemicals. In fact, organic product is more expensive than inorganic products now. So you need to learn to go back to the past when all these things do not exist and learn to work on that. So that answers Prince's question. Now for Savior, you want to start a business without funds. What can you do? Okay, I will not give you funds. If I'm an investor, sir, I would not give you my funds to start an agribusiness. Except I know that you have this solid experience and not just passion. Nobody will release their money because you have passion. So if you want to make money or if you want to get investment for that, contact your friends, contact your family members, ask them to raise you funds, then start. If you want to have started something reasonable, investors see that yes, you are doing something tangible and they will invest in you. Another thing you can do without having money in agriculture is to be a middleman. Look for buyers. Okay, you have maybe I have cucumber I want to sell. Come and meet me. Go and sell my cucumber for me. If I can trust you enough, I'll give you my cucumber without you giving me money. You will sell, you will give me my capital, and you take your profits. You go to another person, you connect the sellers to the buyers, you get your percentage from the seller, you get your percentage from the buyer. That's an aspect you can do in agriculture. Another thing you can do is for now, go and learn or go and work under somebody. Instead of starting your own business, go and work as a career person, earn your salary, use part of your salary to start investing sideways in your agriculture. Maybe buy land or maybe for this year, tell the person that you want to buy the land. So this year just farm on the land, don't buy. It's small, maybe you are earning 100K per month. This month buy chemical, next month buy seed. When rainfall, plant your farm. Your first profit split it into two. Pay some part of the land payment, tell the person you balance the person next year. It's not a must to start a great business with money on the land scale. You can either work as a career person for somebody or work as a middleman. But do not borrow money to start farming because you can run at loss. In as much as farming is very, very lucrative, you can also run at serious loss. So don't borrow money to start farming. So I believe I've answered the three questions available. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much for explaining in detail all the questions that have been asked. Umaru actually asked his own question. He said, "My network is bad. Sorry, I wanted asking about this whole concept of sustainable agriculture. It's so pronounced lately in the agricultural space. Can soilless farming or greenhouse farming be said to be a sustainable agriculture?"
Okay, for Umaru for our question, soilless farming or greenhouse, is it sustainable? The answer is yes and no. Is it sustainable or not sustainable? It has to do with the person in charge and what the person in charge is doing. Soilless farming is very, very sustainable because recently now we are into a age where the population of the world is increasing. If you look into, just look at your environment. I went into like I was traveling towards another location recently, and all the empty farmland spaces that I've been seeing, suddenly estate agents are started acquiring it. They started selling the land for building. They've started industrializing the land. So recently, or in the future, we realize that we might no longer have land for farming. So if we don't have land, where would we see soil? Would we start buying soil to farm? So that is why soilless farming comes in place, where you can farm without buying soil. Soilless farming is sustainable if you do it well. Even if you don't do your soilless farming well, it is not sustainable. Greenhouse farming, left to me to be sincere. If you want to think about my personal opinion, I don't like greenhouse farming, but it's one of the sustainable farming practices. But left to me, I don't like. I'm not saying it's not good. Please don't quote me wrong. But just left to me as a person, I'm not in support of this greenhouse farming idea. Let your farm go under the heat. Let it go under the sun. Let it be exposed to the natural things. That is how this plant fight for survival. Any plant that can fight for its own survival can survive the test of time. But if you should use greenhouse and suddenly something happens and your greenhouse gets destroyed and this plant gets exposed into harsh weather condition, they would not be able to survive because you have pampered them. Just imagine our little children at home, thinking that we have over pampered. If you send the child to the harsh world, the child will not be able to survive well. The same thing as farms and crops. If you know that nothing would happen to your greenhouse, then continue using it. It is very, very sustainable if you do it well. But even if you have your greenhouse and you are not managing it well, and suddenly something just pulls up your greenhouse or the coverage that you used, and your crop is exposed to harsh weather, then of course they are all gone. So sustainability is not about the process you are using, but it's about, can this thing last till tomorrow? What about next tomorrow? Can it last? What about in next 10 years? Can you still make it possible? So that's the concept of sustainability. We want to eat today, we want to eat tomorrow, we want to eat next year. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ma. We are so grateful. And to add to what our guest speaker have already said concerning Umaru's question, you know, in as much as we clamor for advanced technologies in agriculture, sustainable innovations in agriculture, it's very important that we should also think of or innovate solutions that are peculiar to our own problem. Do you understand? Because when it comes to soilless farming, yeah, everybody now wants to go into soilless farming, even if they don't even have the technical knowledge on how to actually use it. They just like the concept of, oh, soilless, I'm growing food with soilless. You understand? But then they don't even have the technical knowledge of how to use it. And aside from that too, if you have a land, you get, what is now the need of looking for soilless when you have land that God has already blessed us with? You have soil, you have access to soil. Soilless farming actually came up as a solution, majorly there in the Western world, right? Because they don't actually have fertile soils just like we have here, you know. And then this innovation was brought because of the fact that you can use, you know, they use rice husk now, and the rice husk is just acting as an anchor, not like it has nutrients, it's actually inert. Please, who is that person? Mute yourself. Don't worry, let me mute you from here. Yeah, sorry about that. So sorry, as I was saying, um yeah, in as much as we clamor for um innovations like that, it's also very important that we think of innovations that are peculiar to our own problem. It's true, yeah, soilless farming and all of that, right? But then is it solving a problem in your own locality? Do you get? And people don't also talk about the costs involvement in it. It's actually capital intensive. Yeah, it's very capital intensive compared to using your normal soil. So if you don't have access to, or you cannot afford soil less, that doesn't mean that soil itself is not sustainable. Yeah, we have soil borne diseases and all of that, but then all of these things can be, you can mitigate it if you have the right knowledge. And that's why she said that having experience is very important when it comes to agriculture. If you don't have the experience, even if you have access to 1 billion naira today, that 1 billion naira will go down in one production because you don't have the right knowledge. Then how about greenhouse? Well, the truth is this: everybody is looking for solution, and solutions are coming up. Yeah, they say greenhouse is sustainable, this, that, but then somehow it's not actually sustainable, because some of the structures that they use, some of them are not actually durable. They cannot stand the test of time. And we still go back to what? Open field. So if you have access to open field farming, please go to open field farming, learn everything about it. Because greenhouse, whether you, I don't know how to put it, but then you should, greenhouse too is also cost capital intensive too. You understand? So you cannot say because of the fact that, oh, you want to practice sustainable farming, you don't have access or money to construct a greenhouse farm, you don't want to go into farm because, oh, you are scared that planting in the open field would affect your crop to the point that you won't be able to grow anything. That's not true. So it's very important that we seeking that. It's very important that we seek knowledge first in agriculture before even investing in it. I, for example, now for the past 2 years, I've been working in different farms for different people in different value chain, and that's because of what I am hoping to build later in future. So I want to have the practical knowledge, so that tomorrow, if I have access to funds, I know how I'm going to spend it. You understand? So you don't just think of how to get money to invest in agriculture when you don't even have knowledge at all at all. It's going to mess you up, and you'll be in debt. Like, there are some mistakes that you make like this, you'll be in debt all your life. You have not finished paying that money. So to everybody here, I don't really know the value chains that we are into, whether we are students or we are already farmers, right? I just hope that we got one or two um impactful, let me put it that way, information that we can take action on. I don't know if I'm going to take more hands, so because we already are against time. Yeah, this webinar is supposed to last for 1 hour, but then we are already 1 hour 26 minutes from 1 hour. So what will happen is that for those that have question, please, you can go to the group and ask your question, and our guest speaker is also there. She's going to respond to our questions, please. Thank you. So please, I want to now thank everybody officially for being part of this webinar, and I want to also assure us that subsequently, like, this is what Beyond the Whole initiative hopes to keep giving us every month, every blessed month. So just anticipate our webinars. If you are part of today's webinar from the beginning till the end, you will see that joining today's webinar wasn't a waste of time, and this is what we hope to be dishing out every month. For our students out there, you can never get informations like this in school, and that's why I just wish and hope that whatsoever information you are getting from this our webinar series, that you're going to be acting on it, be taking action on it, so that by the time you're done with school every week by the time you're done with school, right, you will not be confused, just like people like us you start building a brand even from school there, because you already have an understanding of how everything works and what the labor market is expecting from you. So thank you so much for everybody that have joined, and a special thanks to our guest speaker. Please, let's appreciate her once again with a clapping emoji, please. Please appreciate her again with a clapping emoji. God bless you so much, ma, and we are so very grateful. And at this time, we are coming to the end of today's webinar, and we hope to see you in our next webinar. Thank you so much, and good night, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend ahead of you. Thank you so much. And please don't forget, we need your feedback. Share your feedback on the general group, even on our social media handles. You can follow us, share, invite your friends, your classmates, your farmer fellow friends, and all of that. Let them come and join this community, because we are building future agricultural leaders that are informed and not the ones that are ignorant. So thank you so much. We need your feedback. We also need you to follow us, like and share our posts, and God bless you so much. Good night, and have a wonderful night rest. Bye.